Hello, this is Roland. Welcome. Today I want to talk about emotions. I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about a sports event in a stadium. It was the last sports event they were going to have in this stadium, and then they were going to move to a new stadium. So it had a big ceremony because it was the last time that this stadium was going to be used. But the announcer, one guy called in. He said, "Well, I brought my kid with me," and and then the announcer said, "Well, that's really going to be that was a big emotional event for her." And the caller said, "Yeah, it was a big emotional thing." And the announcer said, "She's never going to forget. How old is she?" And the caller said, 12 years old. He said, "Oh, she's never going to forget it." And the caller said, "No, she's never going to forget it. Big emotional event." And I thought to myself, um, there's something wrong. See, our emotions. See, animals respond emotionally to outside events. Fear, fight or flight. Um, well, you see, even animals don't respond as much as we do. Then animals have feelings like they feel cold, they feel hot, they feel tired. See, they have that. But now, as I'm saying this, I realize that animals aren't as emotional as we are. But we're not supposed to be as emotional as animals. See, it's natural for animals to react to the environment. See, experience emotion, and the emotion gears up or prepares the body to do something, to run, or to fight, or to remain quiet. See, to look for food, to sleep. See, well, how about human emotions? But you see, there's a limited number of emotions that animals have, but it's perfectly normal for them to have those emotions. That's how they adapt to the environment. But humans, we are supposed to relate to the internal. Humans are supposed to relate to an internal environment, to the light, to our center of dignity, where we have light, where we have intuition, reason, wisdom, common sense. See, that's where those come from. Okay, that's what we're supposed to relate to. Relate to those, and not relate to. See, and that's what. So our emotions should be for example, to experience joy upon discovering something, or awe and wonder when we see something wonderful in nature, God's great green earth. Um, Gratitude, grateful for all the blessings that we have, for food for today, for shelter, for our friends and family. See, grateful to God for what He gives us. And those are the kinds of emotions we're supposed to have. Concern for others. See, there's a difference between concern and sympathy. Sympathy is having some kind of an emotion, a sticky emotional feeling for someone, which is usually self-serving in some way. Whereas concern is not emotional. See, we have concern with our concern with our understanding rather than sympathy with our feelings. So what emotions we have ought to be reserved for our Creator, basically, and what light He sent, what light, what realizations, what insights, what wisdom He sends us. And then as we relate to our intuition from God for the inner light, from there would also come our motivation, our impulse to move. But you see, the impulse to move would not be an emotional thing. See, animals have fear. Well, it's not really fear, but it's just a feeling to move, and then that prepares the animal to move. See, or to fight. And so the emotion um, sweeps over the body and prepares the body for fight. You see what I mean? But we should not be moving out of emotion, various emotions. We should be moving out of from reason, wisdom, understanding. See, which is not emotional. If you see something that's right or wise to do, then you simply do it. See, you don't need emotions. Why would you need emotions to do what's right? You simply see what's right and do it. It's like, let's say you're walking down the street. You're walking along on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden there's a big hole in the sidewalk. Well, so what do? You simply walk around the hole. There's no elaborate decision-making process involved. You don't need to drum up a head of steam and big emotions to go around it. No, you simply see it and walk around it. See what I mean? Very simple. That's how life is supposed to be. So that's what's called living by faith. And then you have wisdom, you have understanding, see? And then you have a higher set of, if you want to call them emotions, or not really emotions, but a higher set of a way of relating to other people with compassion, see, with reason, with honor, see, rather than, um, sticky emotions. See, when you were a little kid, remember how emotions were sometimes embarrassing to you? Someone, either your emotions or other people's gushing over you was embarrassing. See, at that time you were closer to the light. You weren't as corrupted, and you had just a basic sense that there was something odd about those kind of emotions. Well, so you get the idea. So we shouldn't be getting all emotional about a building. The last time a building is going to be used, there's no reason for emotions. The last time a sports team is going to be there's no reason for emotions. Or a sports team wins, there's no reason for emotion. See, first of all, it's not that important. See, it's trivial. It's trivial. See, it's just very trivial. And it doesn't even involve you, so it's even less than trivial. So there's absolutely no reason for emotions over something like that. So you get the idea. Now, little children tend to be more emotional. Probably they learn it from their parents. They learn it from their parents who are emotional. But little children are not. It's not yet the time for reason. See, dispassionate calmness that adults are supposed to have. See, as we grow older, aren't we supposed to outgrow our emotions? Aren't we supposed to become more reasonable, calmer, see, rational, thoughtful, wise? Isn't that what we're supposed to become? We are. But what you don't see people becoming, a lot of people becoming more of that. Instead, they continue to be emotional. So, emotions are the animal way of reacting and relating to the environment. And even animals have only limited emotions. But look at humans with their passions and their all kinds of feelings. And I don't even even think of the words for all the different feelings that people have. See, it's not good. Okay. So so some people say, well, if I didn't have feelings, then life would be it wouldn't be boring at all. It would be quietly exciting. You would make discoveries about life, and you would move and accomplish things. See, and certain things like work, you would bring a modest satisfaction. See, not too much. You get excited about work, and so eventually you should be where if you don't become excited over praise, and you don't get bummed out over criticism. See, if you win, that's nice. If you happen to win something, that's nice. But it's nothing to become emotional. If you lose, well, you see that you lost, but there's nothing to become emotional about. See what I mean? That's the way we're supposed to be with humans. Well, okay. So I think I've covered some ground here. The meditation is helpful. because it helps you to get out of thinking instead of being lost in thinking. See, we not only do we respond to outside people, places, and circumstances, but we begin reacting and responding to ideas and words. So someone calls you stupid, see, and it should just roll off like water off a duck's back. What difference does it make if they call you stupid? See, but you probably become angry. You're offended by it, see, which is not good. You have to learn not to be offended by it. See, you just hear what they say. It goes in one ear and out the other. But various words trigger emotional reaction. See, but it's tiring to your body too. See, your body, you only have so much life force, and you need all the life force that you have. You must use it wisely so that you can discover the secret that you need to discover. Find your purpose in life and discover the secret to salvation. Your body, the time that you're here on earth is just temporary. Okay, just temporary. So you must use your time wisely and your life wisely, your life force. You don't want to use it up yelling at a ball game or getting angry if someone calls you stupid, or use up your life force becoming irritated when there's traffic. See what I mean? You should remain calm, unperturbed. All right? We all know that's true when it comes to our doctors and our airline pilots. When the airline pilot comes on the intercom and announces something, we want him or her to be calm. We don't want the airline pilot to be a basket case, screaming and yelling and crying. You see, we wouldn't have confidence at all. Same thing with our doctor. We want him or her to be calm, rational, and reasonable. See, some of you can be that way at work. You're a mechanic or a roofer or a salesperson or whatever you happen to be, electrician. You know how to be calm at work. See, but when you come home, then what? Well, then you forget about your being calm, and instead you become angry. You get angry at your wife, your husband, your kids. You become impatient. Okay, so I'm just trying to make you aware of how emotional you are and why it's not the human way to be. It's the animal way. It's the animal. And you're also controllable, very controllable when you become emotional. So, very controllable. And that's not good either. You ought to be your own person, where you're not manipulable. So there's a lot of good things to be said for being calm. The meditation is helpful, and I encourage you to give it a try. I have a free version of the meditation. It's called the Easy Meditation. I encourage you to give that one a try if you like, because it'll help you to get centered and to calm down. Okay. Well, we'll see you next time. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.